Alrighty, hello beautiful souls. So finally I have internet. So I can finally go on live. I haven't gone live in a while, but I wanted to hop on. Hey David. So I wanted to hop on today to kind of talk about 5 ways to recharge your energy. If you guys don't know, I've been moving a lot, and there's been a lot of things in my life that has been shifting around. Moving from a different state, and then even within that state, moving to a different apartment and everything like that. And so with that being said, my energy has kind of been like all over the place. And so there's certain techniques that I personally do to help me reclaim my power, reclaim my energy back. Because it's definitely really important, especially if you're an empath or a highly sensitive person, or if you ever just feel like I've said before, like your energy is all over the place, or sometimes you don't even realize you feel a certain way and you're like, I don't understand why I feel this way, and not be able to like identify the difference between your own energy and someone else's energy that you may have absorbed, just because you may feel a little bit vulnerable, and so these things you're absorbing that type of energy into your life. So I wanted to kind of talk about what can you do now, and I posted this on my reel as well. So if you saw, I talked about these 5 things, and of course there's definitely a bunch of different ways to do this, but these are the top 5 that I really, really wanted to talk about that I've been doing more and more, like probably in the past month, to be honest. So one of them was to get grounded. Number 2 was cutting cords. Number 3 was visualizing white light. Number 4 is stretching. And then number 5 is brain dump. So I just wanted to get a little bit deeper into what these things even mean, because not everybody, know what these different strategies are. Hey Jenna, thank you, I love you too. Let me see. I haven't gone live in like forever, so I'm getting used to it again. And basically what I'm talking about is, different ways to recharge your energy, especially when there's so many things going on in the world, and basically reclaiming our own power back. So number 1 was getting grounded. So with that, first of all, is like, how do you know if you're not grounded, first of all, right? So a lot of times when you're not feeling grounded, you probably are overthinking. Anxiety starts to take over. Maybe you feel super overwhelmed. You probably get distracted easily. Or like me, I was feeling like my energy was literally all over the place. On top of being overwhelmed and having anxiety because of moving to different places can definitely come with a lot of stuff to handle at the same time. And so basically the concept of getting grounded is to pretty much help you like get rooted back into your physical body, right? To basically reclaim your power back. Hey girl. Oh, life was good. But yes, my energy. Oh yeah. The full moon, I definitely felt that one. Oh man. So these techniques are definitely going to help when the full moon comes back again, because it does every month. These are definitely strategies that can definitely help to kind of just, feel more aligned in your body instead of like all over the place. So a couple of things, and why getting grounded is important is because it can really help you reduce stress. It helps elevate your mood. And of course, when you're reducing stress, you're also helping improve your immune system. It goes hand in hand. If you have way too much stress, you're compromising your immune system. So obviously having a better immune system is really good. And it also helps with reducing inflammation in your body as well. Because stress, I can go on and on with that topic. So how can you get grounded to feel these benefits, right? And so there's 2 ways there's a bunch of different ways to go about it. So like if you, for instance, right now, I currently live in a skyrise. So with that being said, I'm not really I can't just walk outside to my backyard and be on the grass, right? And so if you're living in the city or whatnot, a couple ways to get grounded is to have certain crystals. There's definitely the top two that kind of come to mind is a hematite stone, which is actually one that I have here. This is a hematite. This is a pendulum, but the thing attached to it is a hematite stone. And this is a really good grounding stone. It has a nice weight to it. And if you already believe like everything is energy, each crystal has its own type of energy and frequency that has certain healing benefits to it. And so with a hematite stone, this is really good to help you bring you back down to earth. Another great stone for that as well is a copper stone. And it's kind of the same concept. The moment that you hold it, it has a heavy weight to it, and it just really helps you have that sense of groundness when you're working with these stones. And kind of setting the intention too. Whenever you do anything with intention is very powerful. So if you're holding the stone, you can set the intention that you want to feel grounded and less stress or whatnot. And another great way, if you aren't living on a skyrise and you have a backyard or you have access to the park or whatnot, just walking on the grass barefoot, it does wonders. I think I used to own shoes actually that had like copper things on the bottom of the shoe, so you don't have to necessarily take off your shoe. The copper itself absorbs the energy from the earth. So it was really cool. I don't remember, I don't think the company exists anymore. It was a really cool concept. I'll have to look further into that. But I was cleaning. Oh, there you go, the carnelian. Yeah, that's another good one too. Yeah, I love carrying my stones. That's why I always like getting like small ones, because I can just carry it in my purse, in my pocket, stuff in my bra. I do that sometimes. But yeah. So definitely with grounding, so basically when you go outside, if you walk on the grass barefoot, that's a great way to just connect with Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, and just get all the energy from, because the idea of feeling grounded is feeling rooted into the earth. So doing that physically with your body and touching the grass and touching, your feet touching the dirt and stuff like that, gives you that sense. And it's happened to me before where you just instantly feel like this sense of calmness or whatnot. You can even shuffle as well. That's another way of doing it. If you don't want to just stand there, you can shuffle on the grass. So that's definitely a couple ways to stay grounded, especially if you feel, like I said, anxiety, overwhelmed. If you feel like there's just so much going on, laughing. If you feel like there's so much going on around you, that can really help you center yourself, because it's just so important. Now, another way that I love to also recharge my energy. Oh, hey, A-Rod. Another way that I love to recharge my energy is called cutting cords. Now, when I say cutting cords, it doesn't necessarily mean like you're literally cutting cords. It's more of the concept of energetic cords. So again, it kind of goes back to the thought of if you understand that everything is energy. That everything is energy, because you're basically more than your physical body, right? You're beyond that. If you understand that concept. Oh, hey. And so what happens if you understand that you're an energy, right? You're always vibrating this energetic frequency. That's why sometimes like when you go to like a room, or you're meeting with friends, or you go to the bar, or you go to wherever, sometimes like the person across from the room, you can feel their vibe and you're like, ooh, I don't want to get near that person. And that has to do with like your aura, your energetic field, because you're more than just your physical body. That's when sometimes you can sense what like the vibe of somebody else, and they don't even necessarily have to be like right next to you or whatnot. And so with cutting cords, basically, like I said, I'm talking about energetic cords. And this has to do with, a lot of times this has to do with when you form like this sense of attachment towards a person, or towards an item, or even towards a location. And so the way that you form this attachment when it comes to an energetic cord is that you've experienced it with some dense emotion. So you had very heavy emotions with whatever you were experiencing, either with that person, with that place or the thing or whatever. If you have this really heavy experience with this, that can create an attachment. And so that's why it's important to cut cords, because a lot of the times, and this is how you know if you do actually have some sort of energetic cord attached to you. The way to notice this is that if you see in your own personal life that certain situations are constantly reappearing in your life, either certain people are constantly reappearing in your life, or experiences, like the same type of experiences just keep reappearing, even though it's with like different group of people. Or you may also feel like you're frustrated or drained all the time and not understanding why, or you feel irritated and just stuck. So those are some good ways to know if you have some sort of energetic cord attached to something or someone, right? And so if you ever feel this way, and I have personally felt this way, this can even happen, like let's say you just recently broke up with somebody. Obviously there's a strong emotion there, and you don't necessarily just forget about the person. So you may have an attachment still, even if you're out doing your own thing. So practicing these type of recharging activities, I guess you can say, can really, really help to just recharge your body and reclaim back your energy, right? And so the concept of cutting cords is basically a way for you to heal, move on, and also intentionally release what no longer is serving you, basically. And so, all right, so yeah, just looking at my notes here. And so how do you do this? How do you cut cords? All right, so I'm gonna show you. So another great way is, again, like I was saying before, crystals, they hold an energetic frequency. And so everything is energy, right? That's basically the whole concept of this. Everything is energy. So how can you protect your energy? How can you cleanse your energy? And how can you help yourself release things that are no longer serving you? And so a stone or a crystal that I love to use, and that's really great for cutting cords, is called selenite. And so, and this is not a dildo or anything, just in case, because I know people have said this to me before. It comes in different shapes. I got this from Amazon, and this is just the shape that it came in. But yeah. So with the selenite is known for purification. Is known for clearing and cleansing, and for positive energy. So a lot of people use this crystal to cleanse other crystals. And so, yeah, so this is a great one if you ever want to like recharge your crystals. This is a great stone to have. This is a great crystal to have, but you can use it on yourself as well. And so the way to do it is basically, again, you want to do things with intention. Everything needs to be intentional, because when you have an intention with something that you do, oh, hey, Sage. Yeah, when you have an intention with everything that you do, the act of whatever it is that you're doing is a lot more powerful. And so basically I'm just talking about different ways to recharge your energy. So I was talking about selenite, which I'm pretty sure I know that you know what this is. Oh, thank you. So yeah, so with selenite, basically the way that you would cut cords on your body is you intentionally, you don't have to like rub yourself with it or anything like that, but just like, move the stone around your body and then intentionally state whatever it is that you want to release, whether it's a person, a place, an experience that you're ready to let go of, or that you feel you may have that energetic attachment with. So selenite is definitely a great crystal to do that with. If you don't have the stone, and you can get it on Amazon pretty easily, but if you don't have a stone, then you can even just use your hands, and you can just pretend like a cutting motion. And so you basically are just pretending that you're cutting cords, right? So it's kind of like if you have a shirt and you're cutting off the tag off of it, is that concept, right? And so you say the same thing on what you're trying to release in that moment. Now, I know for some people that even kind of like doing this is like, I don't know, you kind of feel funny maybe. So another thing, and obviously you want to keep this not close to yourself, but maybe just like hearing it, right? Just the concept of hearing it for more auditory people can help you, release whatever it is that you're trying to release. And so those are just different ways of how you can cut cords. So that's number 2 on how to recharge your energy. And the thing is, like, these concepts, doing these concepts or these strategies or activities or whatever you want to call it, is not about just doing it once, that you do it once and then, and then that's it. It's about being consistent with it. And whenever these emotions are coming up, whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, whenever you're feeling anxiety, whenever you're feeling like you're just feel all over the place and you feel drained and you don't understand why, reflecting on what it is that's causing this or doing these little activities can really help you reclaim your power back. And so, all right. And so number 3 is visualizing white light. So when it comes to visualizing white light, what does this even mean, right? And again, it's another concept that many people may not be familiar with. So it's about being open-minded to this. And so with white light, again, it goes with the concept of being intentional with it. Hey, my papi. Let's see. So it's about being intentional with it. So when you're visualizing white light, what this does is basically like a cleansing activity where you close your eyes and you pretend that there's like a ball of white light, watering your body, like a waterfall, right? Like a waterfall cleansing your body. So you visualize this white light just going from the top to bottom, all the way to the bottom. And when you do this with intention, it's kind of like you're creating this light bubble, or like a light shield, if that helps you understand it a little bit better. So you're creating like a shield for your aura, for your energetic field, to protect yourself and your energy, right? And so basically, so this creates that type of like protective layer. And so that's why you'll hear it a lot if you ever listen to guided meditations. You'll hear it a lot in guided meditations, where they'll start out with saying like, visualize a white light traveling through each chakra system. But you don't have to listen to a meditation to do this. You can do this anywhere. And that's why I kind of want to show you these concepts, because you don't need to necessarily purchase something. Like, these are things that you can do now. And so I just want to make sure I said everything on that one. And you're probably like, well, why not a purple light or blue light? And it's because like white light just symbolizes purity, and it's like angelic, right? When you think of an angel, you think of a white light, and it just symbolizes purity. And if I'm not mistaken, the white light is like a combination of all energies. So it's very, very powerful when you do it. And like I said before, like, not everybody. Sometimes when you're starting out, you need a little bit more of something like for example, like the cutting cord. I was like, sometimes you want to like hear it like to kind of like visualize it a little bit better. So if you're just starting out and it's something new to you, something else that I like to do, because I remember when I used to start it, it was hard for me to like really visualize a white light. So what I would do, or what I suggest is, and this is also really grounding, it's just going outside or in your car, wherever you are. And if you're by the sun or whatever, just closing your eyes. And when the sun is touching your face, you'll feel as if like a white light is touching you, right? And so that can also help you with this strategy, with this tip on how to recharge your energy. Alrighty. And then number 4 is stretching. And the reason why I wanted to put this on here is because I think all of us neglect stretching, even with working out, even with my shufflers out there that are watching this. I think we all, I mean, I for sure do neglect stretching, but stretching is really important, you know, because it just helps, you know, expand and contract your muscles. And so whenever you're going to do any type of activity, it helps you so you don't overstretch or you don't tear a tendon or something, like, because that's the last thing that you want is to get injured like that. And a lot of the time that's because you're overstretching something that you like never stretch. So but the reason why I also put it on this, besides the point that most people don't stretch, is because it is a mild form of exercise, and a lot of studies have shown that certain areas in our body where we're holding tension is also it's very related. Excuse me. I'm like, I got burpy all of a sudden. I need water. All right. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. I remember now. So there's been a lot of studies done showing that where we hold tension in our body, it is directly linked to suppressed emotions. So a lot of us hold a lot of emotions and tension in our hips. So I would really focus on stretching that area out, especially if you struggle with that, because you probably hold a lot of emotions in that area. Other areas that you may hold tension in is your neck and shoulder, your lower back. So those are like the top, your lower back, your neck and shoulder, your hips. And those are often where you gather a lot of tension and stress. And so by stretching these areas, it really helps, because you're first of all improving your circulation in your body. Then you're also elevating your mood. You're also boosting your energy, and you're helping your body perform and work more efficiently, just to complete normal tasks throughout the day. And on top of that, you're helping yourself release tension and stress, aka emotions. So you will notice sometimes that whenever you're working out or whenever you're stretching, that you may notice emotions coming up, and that's okay. If you do feel emotions when you're doing that, it's because you're meant to release them, and that you were holding that emotion in a lot wherever it is that was being stretched, and it needs to be released. And trust me, like when we suppress our emotions and neglect all of that, like it's going to show up in some way or another. Sometimes it's going to show up in our bodies because sometimes it's going to show up creating tension in our body, or it can show up in other ways. Through different illnesses and stuff like that. When you're neglecting your emotion holds a frequency. And if you've actually listened to one of my old Insta stories, I'll have to create like a post about it. But if you saw one of my Insta stories, I posted how our emotions hold certain frequencies. And so, and if you believe that we're energy, then we can also hold on to that, and it creates, situations. But I'm not going to dive too much into that because this is already a little bit longer than I wanted to be. But I just love sharing content and sharing knowledge with you guys, because I care, and I want you guys to live your best life and have the tools that I've always wished that I always knew during my journey. You know, I've been on this self-love journey for 6 years now. Yeah, 6 years, 6 or 7, 6 years, I think. 6 years now. It's been a while. And, you know, in the beginning, I wish I knew a lot of these things, because it really would have helped. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. I was meant to go through what I needed to go through so I can be here now to share all my knowledge that I do have. And last but not least, number 5 is brain dump. And basically with brain dumping, it's pretty self-explanatory. if you guys follow me, you know that I journal a lot. And it's pretty funny because when I was a young little kid, a young little fairy, yeah, when I was younger, I would actually journal a lot. I mean, obviously I would call it a diary. I didn't call it a journal. But I know, like, when I reflect back on my life, I've noticed that whenever I would feel anything, I would just naturally journal. I would write everything down. And because that was my way of expressing myself, because I didn't really feel like I had anybody else to share my thoughts with. And so I was only able to share those thoughts with, it was between me and my diary, you know? And then here we are as adults, like, going back to that, which is funny. Like, as kids, sometimes we know the strategies that we need and we just do it without questioning it. But yeah, brain dumping. So whenever you feel, again, overwhelmed, anxiety, or you feel just angry and frustrated, or whatever it is that you're going through in your life, that you're just like, this really sucks right now. Because, you know, like I said, with being human, like, you can't just ignore, or you can't just avoid situations from happening. Life is still going to happen. Life is still going to unravel and keep going, right? And so you have to just learn to manage it, and you have to learn to just go through it. And it's okay if you go through it and you feel crappy. Like, it's okay. It's about understanding that too. It's not like you're going to go through situations and you're not going to feel any growing pains, or that you're not going to feel hurt or heartbroken or any of that. Like, it's not to say that, but it's to learn the strategy so you can manage it just a little bit better, right? So you're not like, so you don't fall down this like downward spiral that is like, makes it so difficult for you to come back up, type of deal. The more that you learn to manage it, the easier that it gets to go from a low vibe to a higher vibe, you know. But you have to learn the tools. You have to learn the tools to get yourself there. And I can really speak from experience, because for myself, like, I've been doing this, you know, these different strategies. Some I've recently started doing, probably like a year or 2 years ago. Others I've been doing since I started my self-love journey, from books that I read and stuff like that. And so, you know, I know a lot of people usually ask me, like, how am I so positive and stuff like that? But honestly, it's because of daily practice, and it's because of staying committed to my self-love journey, staying committed to my well-being, staying committed to myself, and that to know that I am worthy of being committed to. So whenever you're feeling any of those emotions, put it down on paper. If you can't put it down on paper, like, you don't have it and you're going through this wherever, and you just don't have that access to it, then, you know, talk to yourself out loud about whatever it is that you're going through and that you're feeling, and just release it out of you instead of holding it in. You'll feel so much better when you release it in some way, whether it's crying, whether it's writing it down, or even doing a voice note or whatever on your phone, because now we have that type of technology, and do it that way. And if you do have a person, but something that you want to be careful with too, is being mindful of, like, emotionally dumping on people, because not everyone is capable to, well, not capable. Not so much capable, but not many people. No. Wait, let me rephrase it. Not everyone is willing to hold that space for you, or maybe not that, or not many people are. Sorry, that was like. Are those planes? I think they're planes. It was just like really weird. I'm like looking at. I'm looking at outside, and it was just like, I don't know, it's just super random. I see like three lights, not three lights, but I don't know. What is this? What am I seeing? I swear, like, the past couple days, it's so weird. I see like 4 different lights. Are they aliens? Hi, Lenise. You caught me like in the moment where I was just like, all of a sudden, I see like, what the? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to hop off like real soon, but this is crazy. I think I see like fucking spaceships, guys. Like, I need to record this real quick. So those are the 5 ways to recharge your energy, and I hope you enjoyed that. I need to take a picture of this because I'm like kind of like mind blown right now. But yeah, those are my 5 ways to recharge your energy. If you do have any questions, please let me know. Okay. They're planes, but it was the weirdest thing. They all popped up like out of like freaking nowhere. It was like, I don't know. That like blew my mind. Oh my God, that's too funny. Okay, well, anyways, as I was saying, if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. If you want me to dive deeper into any of those that I was talking about, definitely let me know, because I'm definitely willing to do that, because they're all just so important, just important tools to have in your back pocket whenever you need them, so you can just push through life and thrive. Because I want you to feel empowered and be able to thrive and feel like you can handle whatever comes your way, even though sometimes it's going to be overwhelming, and that's okay. But having these tools will definitely help you on that journey. And what else did I want to say? Oh, duh. And then obviously the most important thing here is that Magnetically Aligned Empath Blueprint is open for enrollment. It went live on Friday, which is so exciting. I'm super excited about this. It's a 90-day program. I will be posting more about it and going a little bit more in depth. I don't want to take up too much time on the live, but it is open for enrollment. So if you've been wanting to work with me one-on-one, this is definitely a great opportunity for you. There is a little bit of like hybrid coaching, meaning like there's a group component to it as well, but you do get one-on-one coaching with me for 90 days. So if you're ready to feel empowered and thrive and up-level your health and your energy, then this is a program for you. And if you want more information, like you just want to know more, then definitely just shoot me a DM. Like, there's no strings attached to it. Just shoot me a DM and I'll be willing to explain more into detail in regards to that. So yeah, alrighty. Thank you so much for being on this live, everybody. I really appreciate you all. And I hope you all have a blessed day. I was trying to think what day it was. Tuesday. Blessed Tuesday. All right. Love you all. Okay, now how do I end this? All right, let's see. Is it like right there? Interesting. Let's see. How do I? Obviously, you can tell that I haven't gone on a live in a long time. So, how? I guess from here. Okay, I think I got it.